Okay, happy holidays sa lahat ng mga viewers natin at bago na yung itsura ng set natin ngayon, Richard,
Bro, parang The View.
Mas komportable.
Mas komportable, no? At least mas
parang
maluwag. Kasi may nag-complain na sabi sa akin na parang ang sikip daw natin habang nag-uusap tayo.
Sausage party.
Sausage party. Kaya sabi ko, kailangan luwagan natin. Kaya ngayon, mas maluwag na. Anyway, itong video natin ngayon, guys, itong pag-uusapan natin, I want to talk about what's going on with the flood control issue as we end the year na walang nakulong na malaking politika. Tapos pag-usapan din natin yung mga iba't ibang mga personalidad when it comes to this issue. So I guess to start with you, Richard, ano yung mo dito? Like, John Vic Remullaz come out saying na suicide yung kay Cabral. It is Cabral. There is no cover-up. And it's not a fake body. It's there's no foul play. Tapos ngayon, you've got Leviste bringing out those files. What's your take on all of this?
Yeah, so as people know, no, as soon as I got back to the country, I interviewed si John Vic last week lang. Parang basically ang main thrust ng argument na is if any may nahanap kayong butas doon sa forensic kasi si Fortun talaga ang daming sinishade niya parate and then meron pang comment about yung ang bilis naman ng DNA test, 'di ba? Parang ganito ganyan. Basically ang point na is ang pumalpak doon yung parang Tuba police chief kasi bandang Tuba na yan wala na siya sa Baguio doon sa Camp 4 yata or something, pababa na siya. So basically ang ito yung position nila, I don't wanna call it narrative, but the position of the government right now is mukhang suicide nga ito, pero there were just some mishap in terms of handling the forensics and all initially. So, basically, John Vic had to clean it up. Parang ganun yung position. Pero basically, idea is, mukhang na guilty siya, and this was like a slow burn journey towards basically suicide and all of that.
Man, ikaw, di ba it, Mark? May duda ka pa ba?
So, tingnan mo yung comment section ko. Ang dami na-confuse. Parang lalong napaisip na tao. Parang, ang dami angles.
Yeah. Meron pa rin konting duda. Pero, yun yung sinabi nung official na yun yung sinabi nila I don't think there's any way pa dun sa body na matignan uli. Pero yung, tas yung mga CCTV pa na lumabas, di ba? Na,
dashboard.
showing her na mag-isa doon sa Pero ako mas gusto ko makita yung mga iba't ibang associated na stories dito sa pagkamatay niya.
Like
sa
what?
Hotel, yung sa the hotel where she stayed, yung mga files na allegedly na galing sa kanya. So yun yung mas gusto kong tignan na sa ngayon. And ako ang natatawa lang din ako. Kasi now that Cabral has passed away, now everyone is pointing to her na siya talaga yung pinaka-mastermind. Siya talaga pinaka-architect niyan.
Wow.
Parang ganun nangyayari. Parang
Which
very
seems convenient to say, tapos na, the evil is done. The biggest evil.
And maybe she is. Maybe siya talaga yung, kasi she was the one na tumalon from Duterte to
Right.
So I'm guessing sila ni Bernardo, they were doing that scheme throughout that whole 9 years. Pero ngayon lang sila magtuturo na gano'n, ngayon lang sila parang sigurado sila si Cabral talaga gumawa. Kung kailan patay na si Cabral. So maybe meron siyang mga dirt on everyone that she could use against them. Kaya hindi gano'n kabigat yung pressure sa kanya.
Sir, death is convenient for all sides.
Yun. So, pero syempre, yung foul play, medyo at the back of my mind, baka posible pa rin. Pero sa ngayon, mas gusto kong tignan yung mga ibang aspeto nung nabubuhay pa si Cabral.
Yung driver, yung asawa, yung mga ganun. Kasi parang I think John Wick was making some issue about yung parang reaction ng asawa. Medyo, kayo, how do you read it? Kasi hindi pa rin nag-go away yun
Ako yung problem ko, was Richard, when nakita mo to the driver, for me, was so weird. Iiwan mo yung amo sa gitna ng kalsada without her cellphone and bag. You know that the cellphone was in the car with you. Why would any driver do that? Unless sinabi niya sa driver, babayaran lang kita, wag papakamatay na ako, wag mo na akong I'll make sure your family is okay. Yung ba rason ba't niya ginawa yun? Why would he do that?
Or saying, he's reporting to someone, eto na, parang
yun pa, with that.
Nakalatag na yung dapat mangyari, di ba? Parang ganon.
So, hindi ko talaga alam. Ikaw, Mark, tingin mo sa
So far, yung storya naman ng driver has checked out yung sa oras ng sa hotel, pagpunta ng
To be fair.
At saka lumabas na yung CCTV na footage nga.
Sa hotel?
No, there was another one that lumabas ngayon na around 3:30 ata, if I remember correctly, yung just before she jumped, na nasa may ilalim na siya, nakaupo na, and tatalo na siya talaga doon. So for me, Okay, but kasi sa dami ng kotse dumadaan doon, you can easily
Yeah.
get all the CCTV.
Crowdsource mo yan.
Literally piece it together para talaga makita natin that moment when she jumped. Baka lumabas yun eh. Or that moment between nandyan siya, tapos yung nawala na, 1 minute difference. Yun eh. Pero,
Tapos naalala ko din, sinabi din ng driver, di ba, na ang pangako sa kanya ni Cabral yata that morning o that day is, uy, bibilang kita ng sarili mong bahay. Parang may ganun pa. Siguro, the
So
whole
may
day,
will na siya, parang ganon.
oo, parang meron siyang pamana na. So, siguro isang factor din yun. Doon naman sa asawa, ang daming lumalabas ngayon na issue na di umano, allege na meron daw ibang boyfriend si Cabral. So, baka hiwalay na sila
It's
nung...
strange.
Oo.
Di umano, is strange.
Oo,
siya.
di mo na.
By the way, there's a website called Di Umano.
really?
There's a whole page
Ano
called
naman?
Di Umano. I think it's a very good idea. Di Umano. Nag-share lang Marites, political Marites, mga ganon. Di Umano, Di Umano.
Kaya
That's
siguro
funny.
ganun yung reaction na lang
Yeah.
na na parang hindi siya ganun ka sobrang heartbroken nung nalaman yung news ng nung sasawa niya.
Pero sa akin, Mark, napansin ko, na yun na nga, lahat the attention is all on Cabral and Bernardo.
Yeah.
Bakit walang attention on Bersamin and Pangandaman? Pangandaman is the budget secretary. Yet, naalis lang siya sa trabaho. That's it. You were in charge of the entire budget.
Yeah.
And ang daming kalokohan sa budget beyond the
NEPO,
DPWH.
NEPO.
And now, resigned and wala na. What do you guys think of that?
Tsaka Bonoan, yung dating
Yes,
DPWH
si Bonoan,
secretary.
isa pa, oo.
Nasaan na?
So, isa namatay, isa tumakas ng bansa. Like, oh, come on. The two resigned and then suddenly are parang
Move on na
media
tayo.
quiet na lang about them. What's going on?
Yeah.
Hindi ba?
Hindi, kaya nga, the biggest worry right now, guys, is what's gonna happen with speaking of the other Remulla, magre-release din siya ng list kasi soon eh. About
si
sino
Boying?
mga kakasuhan. Yeah, speaking of the other Remulla, Boying Remulla, the ombudsman, right?
Right.
He will determine sinong talagang kakasuhan based on the available evidence. So, worry na ibang tao is that baka na naman watered down na naman yan kung sinong wala dyan, di ba? And then some are wondering, is it gonna be politicized, non-politicized? And then some people are wondering, bakit parang mga Dutertes nakalusot so far? What about Pulong? Mini-mention na ibang tao, di ba? Because this is becoming relevant. Obviously, whatever is happening there, BBM is paying politically.
Yep.
That means people are not convinced. People want to see more. And whatever is happening right now, Duterte's are gaining. Sara's numbers even went up. This is SWS survey, hindi ito some mumbo-jumbo survey. No, I mean, to be legit. So my sense is, dapat carefully watch out natin what's gonna happen in the coming list eh. Kasi that list has huge political implications and at the same time legal accountability implications eh. So I'm watching out for that and I'm also watching kung Pulong will be on that list. I mean, ano bang alam natin kay Pulong? Kasi sabi niya, everything naman is, legit naman daw lahat. Maganda naman daw yung flood control sa Davao. Wala naman problema.
Alam mo, kahit ano sabihin ni Pulong with regards to saying that everything is accounted for, bottom line is this, that one district does not have the absorptive capacity
for that much.
to absorb 51 billion in 3 years. That's impossible. In other words, hindi mo kayang gastusin ang 51 billion para sa flood control sa isang distrito. That is way above kung ano yung kailangan ng distritong
Baka
yon.
may ibang pangangailangan na hindi natin alam.
Oh, exactly. Yun na nga. So please, don't even tell me na, it's checked out by COA. Hey, we all know COA is in on this. As sinabi na nga, di ba, COA gets
Yung
1%.
asasawa niya, contractor din.
Oo.
Diba? Yung isang COA commissioner.
Oh, yun na nga,
Oo.
si Mario Lipana, di ba? So, yun yung nakapagtataka. And plus, dagdag din natin, na yung listahan na nga ng ICI, yung ginawa nila,
Yeah.
the one that they asked for, filing of cases, weirdly enough, wala si Chis Escudero doon. Weirdly enough, wala si Mark Villar doon. So, Nancy Binay, all of them... and
Cabral
even-
worked with Mark Villar very closely.
Right.
All those
Oh,
years,
Cabral
yeah.
worked with Mark Villar closely and parang ang protege niya yun eh.
Yeah.
Pero at the same time, ito pa yung nakapagtataka doon. Bakit kaya na, like, especially Cheese, nagtataka ako, Comelec, they dismissed the initial investigation na wala daw wrongdoing. Tapos ngayon, walang charges filed against him. Wow, parang is he getting away scot-free right now? Or is there a deal being made na hindi natin
May
alam?
mga negosasyon ba nangyari? May mga parallel negotiations eh.
Hindi, for sure, ako lahat ng pangalan na involved dyan, may kanya-kanya silang string pulling influence pulling. Lahat ng impluwensya, lahat ng ano nila
Lobby.
to make sure na hindi sila makasama. Kahit na yung mga senador na napangalanan na, I'm sure behind the scenes they are talking to everyone they know. O paano ba makakaano diyan? Paano ba ako maaalis diyan? Lahat ganun naman. Ang nakikita ko dito sa flood control kasi ang problema naghahanap ng single mastermind yung mga tao. Mukhang mukhang
Network yan.
maraming
It's a whole
involved
mafia
Oo,
network. Yeah.
Oo, sobrang daming involved at nagtatakipan silang lahat. Sa sobrang dami ng involved, how do you choose kung sino yung una mong kakasuhan? I think yun yung biggest challenge dito na acceptable sa tao. Kasi hindi mo pwedeng kasuhan lahat kasi walang matitira
Can we ask Mark on that? Kasi Mark, you're close with Vico. Vico is really the guy we have to give credit for. Talagang he gave a human dimension and authenticity. Kasi nung una, alam natin something is wrong. Pero nung nagsalita si Vico, he got the ball wrong. So, knowing Vico's version of things, you had a model, a triangle model. Sabi ko, walang big fish, small fish dito. Lahat dito, whale. And it's like a triangle. Can you explain your model of corruption na naisip mo?
Nung in-explain ko dati, I view it this way, na merong triangle, na bawat side merong kanya-kanyang big fish. Merong big fish sa DPWH, nandyan sila Cabral, sila Bernardo, and yung mga
Naging
secretaries, dapat tignan. Sa contractor side, nandyan yung sila Diskaya, yung mga contractor, yung mga sila Sunwest, at yung mga iba pang mga ina-allege na mga involved na nagbebenta ng projects. They get the projects from Cabral na they sell sa mga congressman sa budget nila para makuha nila yung project at doon sila kikita. So, yun yung mga big fish doon na bilyonaryo din. And then, doon sa proponent side na
interesting.
yung mga senator, congressman na nagpapasok ng budget doon sa scheme ni Cabral para makuha nila yung commission ng proponent na allegedly napakalaki, 20%.
Mga insertionistas.
Wow.
Insertionistas.
Oo, mga insertion na. There's nothing wrong with insertion per se, pero yung insertion ni Cabral, doon yung merong 20% na napupunta sa proponent. So, hindi mo masasabi na maaring mas malaki yung percentage ng proponent, pero lahat dumadaan sa DPWH So, meron silang cut doon sa lahat. So, baka
So, coordinated network yan. Parang yung insertion sa hindi base sa gusto ng constituency nila, yun yung base sa napag-usapan nila with the contractors, with people inside the DPWH. Parang, is that what you're saying? Like, it was kind of a network conspiracy of corruption, parang ganun.
Oo, na to squeeze. Kasi iniisip ko yung sistema ng SOP, that was matagal na yan, di ba?
Yeah.
Bata pa lang siguro tayo, meron na silang dyan,
100%.
mga 5%, 10%. Pero yung itong sa flood control na they could squeeze
So much.
Yeah. Sobrang laki.
Whale na nga, hindi na fish, bro.
Na mas maraming
big whale
nahahatian, mas maraming na nakukuha. So, doon sumipa talaga yung sinasabi kong parang triangle na yun nila
Makes sense.
Cabral. Ang problema ko kasi with sabihin ko na din with the ICI, hindi nila nakukwento ng maayos yung storya sa tao Kasi kahit yung sinasabi kong yun, that's my analysis doon sa pero ang trabaho I believe ng ICI, aside from suggesting sino yung kakasuhan, is ikwento sa publiko ano ba nangyari. Paano nagawa yan ni Cabral? How does it start? So Cabral, gagawa sila ng plano for the budget, tapos itatanong sa congressman, o tapos yung congressman, o tapos pag gusto mo pa ng dagdag budget, dadagdagan ko, mag-i-insert pa ako para mas dumami yung flood control ko. So yun ang sana ma-explain ng mabuti nung ICI bago man lang sila kung ano man mangyari, kung mawala man sila or ano. Para yung kasi hinahanap ng tao.
Hindi kaya that may report? I mean, pasara ng ICI They can come up with a comprehensive report.
Yes.
Doon lalabas yung analysis nila ng the big picture.
Yun ang kailangan. Kasi di ba ganun naman kapag merong mga truth commission, they would tell to the people, ito nangyari from the mastermind all the way sa pag-commit ng crime, tas ganun yung nangyari.
Pero Mark ako, I'm gonna give them a little bit of I'm gonna cut them some slack. Kasi tignan mo.
ICI, you mean ICI?
ICI. they didn't get enough budget, not enough support, not enough manpower. Isipin mo, they were using volunteers. Dahil walang budget, hindi nababayaran ng gobyerno.
Kaka-reimburse lang last week.
Yun na nga, yung binigay na 40 million to do all of this work in 3 months. Sobrang kulang nun. They even had to get their own printers para mag-print ng mga papeles. So, I feel bad for them. Kaya na-stress yung mga yun. Na nag-resign na lang nga eh. Kasi kahit ako naman, kung you're gonna tell me, find all the corrupt. Okay, I need this much manpower. Wala kaming budget. Sana yung budget? Na-late, na-delay. Ang daming mga issues. Puch, mapapa-resign din talaga
At
ako.
hindi biro yung trabaho nila. In fairness to them, hindi biro yung trabaho nila dahil sa dami ng sindikato na babanggain nila. Yung sinabi kong triangle na yun.
You choose your poison kasi bro. Kung
Oo.
bangga mo lahat, umubos ka na rin I mean,
Ang hirap talaga.
Real talk to, real
Tapos
talk
kung
to.
hirap ka pa sa budget.
Yeah.
So,
Real talk to. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Yeah. Like, if you walk into the room, everyone is a killer and criminal. How do you clean up the room without getting killed by the killers and criminals?
Right.
Di ba?
Pero, okay. Sa akin, Richard, ito. You said Boy Rabula is going to release these
Yung list ng
names.
sinong kakasuhan talaga. Oh.
Right. Pero ito why is Jinggoy not in jail yet? Why is Villanueva not in jail yet? Di ba sinabi na nga, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not saying they should
Kasi
be.
Diskaya is already.
I'm just saying that it was already recommended by the ICI na kasuhan tong mga to. Bakit hindi pa nakakasuhan? Pero si Diskaya nga, nakasuhan na.
Yeah.
O the DPWH engineers, nakasuhan na. Bakit hindi pa kinasuhan tong mga to? There was a direct link na with all the evidence.
Yung iba, pina-resign at least.
Right. Oh,
I mean, like something at least happened to other sides.
kaya nga, so I'm thinking talaga, dito ako nade-disappoint sa gobyerno natin, kina BBM, kasi nangako sila nito tapos hindi nila tinupad. I would have preferred they said, let's see, calm down, we will do what we can, but we'll try to do it before the end of the year. Hindi yung nangangako ka ng Pasko, then you don't do it. That looks bad on them.
Yeah. Well, the president's approval is what? Net -3? Net -3?
Well, when was that survey done?
Parang last month pa yata or
Oh,
something.
but-
Do you think it's gonna be better now?
No,
I
see,
don't think
that's
so.
what I'm saying.
I think it's gonna get worse.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
even not the exact picture right now. Tapos na Pasko, wala pang nakulong. Talagang tatamaan si BBM. Pero yun na nga, bakit nga ba wala pang nakukulong ng mga senador o kaya kahit ng mga kongresista? Ano tingin niyo ang rason? Ano doon?
No, I think they're really waiting for the yung recommendations ng ombudsman. Kasi i-determine ng ombudsman kung mayroon silang certainty of conviction. Kung ito ay may laban sa mga korte. Because let's be honest, like, we have many people who have been lingering course and then the rest, like, scot-free na rin sila or something like that. So ako naman, feeling ko, sana hindi sila nangako ng hindi naman nila matupad or nag-overpromise sila or something.
Overpromise.
Or as Mark says, give a convincing story why it's taking longer than expected. Because to be honest, I had people like Justice Carpio, a couple of legal luminaries, on my shows over the past few months. Usually they say, even I think Dino also like, you're looking at around 6 months probably, realistically. Siguro January, February,
prepare.
March. Oo, kasi manpower yan documents, evidence. Kasi kung bara-bara mo gawin yan, makakalusot yung mga kurakot. So you wanna have a very high certainty of conviction bago mo silang kasuhan. Our worry though is for me, I'm willing to wait, ayusin yan. Pero if we're waiting because something else is going on, nine-negotiate sinong nasa lista, hindi. I don't wanna wait. I want kakasuhan nyo na ngayon, di ba? So this is my worry. Is it taking longer because sinisigurado na, di ba, na ang taas ng certainty of conviction at saka clear-cut yung case, airtight, or other things are going on without us knowing? I mean,
ako tingin ko pinagpasko lang yung mga senador. Siguro.
huling like,
Huwag nyo naman ako arestuhin ng Pasko, ganun. Baka
It
may
looks
mga
bad.
ganung
Yeah.
sigurado yan, meron niyang mga wheeling and dealing sa likod eh. Tsaka yung sa
pero si Jinggoy parang safe na siya ulit na dun sa with daddy pa, 'di ba? With daddy, the ultimate
Oo. Ang issue ko for example, ito isang malaking issue ko din. Meron silang nahanap na around 250 flood control ghost projects, 'di ba? Parang ni-report 'yan na nahanap ng military, AFP ganun. Ba't di nila ilabas lahat? But have you seen any kung nasaan yung 250 na 'yon? 'Di ba? Bakit hindi nila ilabas ito yung 250 na ghost projects? Kasi pag hindi mo pa nilabas, baka may oras pa yung contractor na gawan yung may
yeah. Gagalawin na naman
pag
yan, yeah.
pinapahaba mo, you give time doon sa mga contractors, yung ghost projects gawing totoo. 'Di ba?
hindi na siya ghost.
hindi na siya ghost. Kumbaga naging nagkatawang tao na siya doon sa tulay. Hindi naman ghost nandiyan, no?
Baka, he believes in second chance. Si BBM nga, second chance nito.
Kung hindi mo mapapansin,
baka mabuhay yung Ghost Project, maging buhay na sila.
baka mabuhay yung Ghost Project. Ba't hindi pa ilabas yung listahan ng mga Ghost Projects na 200 plus? Ang dami nun. Ilan pa lang ang nakakasuhan na lugar, 'di ba? Mindoro and Davao. Ba't yung Bulacan ang bagal? Doon ako nababagalan. Yung sila Bryce. Umamin na lahat.
Humihingi nga sila ng Christmas furlough and something, di ba? Parang, grabe entitled sila, di ba? Humingi sila para, baka naman, pwede naman, binigay namin yung Lamborghini namin. Like, you could see these guys are not feeling the gravity of the moment, na dapat talaga hindi kayo safe. Imagine hihingi pa ng Christmas, break yung mga yan.
Para mag-state witness, di ba? Noong isang araw, di ba, nagbigay na din ng pera si Sims.
Ay nako, yung binigay ni Sims,
Ang
magkano yun?
16 million yata,
40 million, barya yun.
Daily expense lang nila yun, pare, 16.
Para remember, they were getting 500 million a day na pinagpipiestahan nila. Sugal nila 1 billion, 40 million. Pambira tong mga to.
Pero ako I believe yung investigasyon papunta na doon kila Eric Yap. And baka ayun nga baka sa Duterte pa rin yung bagsak Baka doon pa rin yung kasi yun si Eric
Well,
Yap.
not without reason. Let's just be clear. Kasi sasabihin ng DDSA politically motivated yan. But let's be honest, talagang Cabral's her rise to just
During
Cabral,
the Duterte,
Diskaya, these are
Bernardo.
all Duterte babies. There would have been nobodies without the Duterte admin. I'm sorry, let's just be clear about it. Way before all itong kalokohan nangyari kay BBM admin, it was already reaching a critical point during Digong. Let's not forget that.
Richard, I'll add to that. Na remember, nung nangyari kasi with Duterte and BBM, started nung nagka-fallout sila in 2023.
Right.
That's where it all started. The fallout in 2023 is what led to 2024. The fallout leading up to 2024, which is what led BBM to finally say, enough is enough.
Yeah.
Siguro he allowed the Dutertes
To hold the coalition together.
Yeah, I know, because kaya yung corruption nangyari. Para sabi ni BBM, sige, nanalo ko.
Hands off.
May usapan tayo. I'll let you do whatever you want. Kumbaga, tuloy ang ligaya para sa inyo. Because that's what happened with sina Cabral Di ba, tuloy ang ligaya, basta yung mga, wag mong gagalawin yung mga tao namin, go, di ba? That's why a lot of his cabinet members were from Duterte eras. Di ba? So, hinayaan. Pero noong 2024, nasabi niya, this is too much na. Minumura na niyo ako, inaaway niyo ako lahat-lahat na, screw all of you. Then, you know what? This ends today. So, that's how I see it.
I mean, just to be clear, that doesn't mean walang responsibility si Mark.
Yeah.
He should still have stopped it from day one, the moment na naging president siya. But we're trying to explain the reality of politics.
Yes.
In coalition politics, di ba? Kung you're dependent on the other side to sustain the momentum, the coalition and all of that, parang yun din daw nangyari sa Congress, yun din nangyari. Like parang everyone wanted to keep everyone happy. And that's where it got really out of control. Wala nang curb your greed, wala nang babuyan na talaga nangyari. Until even BBM realized, I'm not invested in, there's no coalition anymore. Di ba?
Exactly.
Let's just let the dice roll, di ba? Parang tapos na yung midterms, di ba? Tapos na like the worst thing that could have happened already happened to him. Inaaway siya ng mga Duterte, diba? Pinakulong niya sa ICC Digong, nagkagulo-gulo. Tapos sa midterms, underperform siya. So I think you're right. We're explaining this psychologically. Ibang usapan yung legal and moral responsibility. But at some point, sabi niya, I don't want this on my name once I go down in 2028. Na another Marcos oversaw another. At least he can say, this Marcos exposed what was going on. Ang kulang lang niya siguro, kulang niya talaga is hindi na-expose it earlier, but it's because of that coalition politics. And we're just trying to, we're not justifying, responsibility pa rin niya. He's still the president of the republic. I mean, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Pero sa akin nga, yun na nga, at least his legacy, he will go down as the president who exposed this. The problem with that,
in the second half, hindi ito last year, last month. He still has 2.5 years to go. So, risky yung ginawa ni BBM, to be fair to the guy.
And that's why, sabi ko nga sa isang podcast ko na, this is why I think people are giving him a poor rating because they're connecting corruption with BBM. But the idea is connect the exposition of the corruption with BBM.
He's not getting credit for that. Pero yun nga To be honest though, parang si this guy, British accent, to be honest, meron din siyang mga aliado na kinausap ko.
Yes.
Sabi nila, medyo in a sense, this could have been done more in a coordinated fashion na maayos. Not naman soft landing, like the heads would still roll, pero bati sila nagtakas. Kasi I was there at the Congress, I look at the face of people, everyone's like, what is he doing? Kasi ang ganda ng build-up ng speech eh. Like parang happy lahat, ganun. Tapos wala nang mga Dutertes. Ito yung zona na walang Duterte, happy lahat. Good times, biglang, wait, what is this? Parang nag-off script siya. Bro, you should have seen the face. Yung si Cheese kasi happy. Si Cheese, survive na siya, safe pa rin siya. Bro, something was lacking there, bro. And basically, BBM is just he's just jazzing this. He's just jazzing it.
Right.
So in a way, putting aside the moral culpability, legal culpability, may mga palpak din siya in terms of political style. To be honest, not to mention yung narrative also around this. Medyo, you tell me, Mark, like, do you think maayos yung kasi ngayon nakaka-catch up na si BBM, nag-vlog na siya, ganun. For me, dapat yun yung ready na from day one.
Oo.
When you announce the war on corruption, the whole machinery should get into motion, people getting fired, like talagang parang SWAT force. Hindi, parang he's still jazzing it.
Oo.
Yes, jazzing it eh.
Hindi pa din eh.
Diba?
Yun
Medyo jazzing
parang,
it
parang expose ko, bahala na kung anong mangyari.
Oo.
He wasn't really in control of the narrative from day one eh. Kaya
That's
yun
the right term, control of yeah.
Kaya yun ang problema. Kaya kasi naglabasan na yung sa GMA si Jessica Soho
Yeah.
na yung level of extent ng flood control yung kumaga kanya-kanya eh. Even yung sumbong sa Pangulo, yung nilabas niya yung listahan.
Doon sa top 15 contractors,
Oo,
yeah.
I mean, yung sa lahat ng DPWH na flood control projects. Inasa niya sa media eh. O kayo na maglabas kung anong gusto nyong ilabas. O kasi syempre, yung media went wild, di ba? In-expose lahat ng pwedeng i-expose doon na nagkagulo-gulo tuloy, lahat tuloy
Pero can you blame, this is interesting for 6 years, the media was under siege.
Yep.
Takot lahat. ABS-CBN was shut down. So basically, BBM just fed the crowd and it went completely out of
Tama yung
control.
ginawa ng media. They're doing their
Yeah.
job. They're investigating.
But I
lahat
think
ng
yun
mga
nga, like,
flood control na yun. Pero yun nga, si BBM, he lost
lost control of the
kasi
narrative.
lahat na binuksan na, unlike kung strategic, unahin natin dito, unahin natin doon, may flood, may ghost project dito. So yun na nawala na, kumbaga ngayon di mo maintindihan anong direksyon na, sino ba ang
Yeah, and then we'll talk in the next episode, diba? Like all sorts of people are coming out of the woodworks. But Chavit Singson now is also a hero against corruption, apparently. I didn't know that. Like, yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting time, diba, si Chavit? Diba?
Chavit? How did Chavit become sorry, I didn't hear about it.
No, I mean, di ba 2 months, 3 months ago doon sa
yung
September si
attending-
Chavit,
attending
nag-expose
yun
siya.
lang
mga
yun,
ganun.
pero-
Sabi niya, kasalanan niyo kasi hindi kayo nag-unify sa akin. I mean, honestly, like what I'm saying is, okay, sabi natin maganda intention ni BBM. Sabi natin he really did a big risk. You still have to do it in a competent way.
Right.
There's still their strategy, communications. Ako feeling ko kasi, ang curse talaga ni BBM is he easily won, but he has a very hard time staying there and staying strong because he won with the Dutertes. He won with the baggage of the Marcos. Ang dami niyang ipit na kamay. Ipit ng kamay niya dito. Ipit ng kamay niya. No, I mean, again, this is real politics. And then next year, he'll be ASEAN chair. He has to behave, be statesman-like. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy is really actually working with 2 hands tied behind him, to be honest. And so, feeling ko, that's why, from day one, I was very realistic. We will be in this point by the end of this year. In fact, this is slightly better than I expected. This Diskaya is in detention, right? But I was always very skeptical kasi talking even to the people inside, even they was like, ano nga, wala daw center of gravity, walang clear plan. Kasi sabi ko nga, kung ang daming corrupt, you cannot go, and I want to end on this point on my part, like, if BBM also goes, if your approval rating is negative already, you're gonna be a lame duck soon. He's actually liable to be impeached at some point. I mean, what if maku yung mga tao sa Kongreso?
Right.
He could be impeached, with not very, you don't need many numbers to impeach the president. Like,
third.
so, what I'm saying, like, he has to be careful here. Like, this could flip. I mean, kasi lahat tayo tinitingnan natin yung mga rally eh. But the game could be over very quickly sa Congress lang kung mag-take over yung hostile forces or yung mga dating allies niya na estranged na ngayon sa kanya, diba? So I'm just saying it's a very perilous situation and BBM really has to up his game. So talagang New Year resolution dapat niya is he has to go for gold next year. Ang thinking kasi nila is we did it naman all nilagay naman natin si Digong sa ICC, in-expose naman natin, gano'n kasi yung internal narrative nila, which is actually true, but it's not enough. It's nowhere near enough. People are asking way more. So, yun yung tragedy ni BBM in a way, which explains his current political predicament. I don't know, Chris, do you see where I'm coming from?
Ako naman, like for me, siguro what I see is there is political will on the part of BBM because of all
And
that
risk,
he has because of all that he has achieved in terms of curbing corruption and criminality. Nakita natin yun
Exposing it.
Exposing it. Pero yun na nga, ang tingin ko kailangan niya gawin for 2026 is this, stronger messaging. Coming out stronger as a leader. Humarap siya. And wag na yung mahinahon na BBM. Kailangan, he should have that fiery BBM when he did that speech na sinabi niya, he ended with, titigil na natin yung mga pogos. Ganun yung BBM.
The Lawag speech.
February.
That was his best speech so far.
Yun, na everyone stood up,
was the best.
pinlakpakan siya. That's what we need right now for BBM to do. Kasi if he doesn't do that he
BBM
will
was
end up
shocked.
as a lame duck president and people are looking for that strong leadership. Nagagawa niya naman yung work kahit papano, pero kailangan niyang humarap lang, kailangan lang ng muka, kailangan lang ng pakitang gilas in terms of yan na yung performance mo, yung guys, performative yan because that actually inspires people to believe in what you're doing. So, the work is there, kailangan ngayon the messaging, like you said, kailangan improve. I mean, he has some good messengers naman, like sina Claire Castro, great messenger, pero kailangan di marinig nila sa kanya. Yun yung para
That is
sa
good
akin.
enough.
And even kay Boying Remulla, great messenger.
Magaling si Boying.
Magaling siya, pero yun, Boying has to perform. Siya naman, kailangan talaga mag-perform. We need people in jail. But BBM has to be the main messenger with the strongest message.
Commander-in-Chief.
Oo.
Which is a
Ako
perfect
naman,
segue, no, for the next episode.
Yan
Talk
ako
about
last
PR.
lang.
Yes, Mark.
Ako yung sa 2.5 years ni BBM, for me, ang kailangan niya talaga yung mga legacy projects na magva-viral. Yun
Subway, yung mga ganun, yung mga infrastructure.
baka hindi naabot sa 2.5 years. Kung anong matapos
Kahit
mo
first
sa
one
2.5
station
years. And ako, I think he should link it doon sa mga positive na nagawa nung kanyang dad. So of course, yung dad niya, martial law and all that, alam natin yung negative side. Merong mga positive side na napagawa. He should link that and kumbaga iko-connecta niya na yung si Apo. Kasi yun yung strength niya sa loyalista niya
For his base, yes.
For
But
his base-
I don't think it will
pero
work for
it
the
got
bigger.
him elected no the last election kasi they were thinking na half of the country voted for him. They were thinking about yung mga good projects ni Apo Lakay, like yung mga infra o ibang story, of course, yung all the corruption pero I mean on the infrastructure side dapat siguro marami siyang ipakita for his last 2.5 years. Lahat ng kayang tapusin in that time, tapusin na nila para kasi yung mga tao titingnan anong na-accomplish mo for 6 years So meron siyang mga sa Pogo, kay Digong, sa corruption, pero
Actually, Pogo, yung isa pa,
pero yung tao will look at talaga, yung more visual talaga, more infrastructure talaga yung titingnan.
Well, he will be the ASEAN chair next year. Trump will likely come here. Xi Jinping, all world leaders will come here. Macron may come here. He'll have a chance to shine. I think he'll have a stage and all. Yun lang, paano niya gawin yan in a way that signals strength at home. Kasi internationally, mabango si BBM. Surprisingly, I mean, I'm based in Europe. Even Europeans like him. Like, Trump loves him, obviously. And even Xi Jinping is giving it a chance. Baka we can find some, stabilizing situation for at least for the next year or so. So, I think the ASEAN chairmanship next year for the president could be his opportunity to really up his game, project strength, talk about new rising Philippines and all of that. So he still has a chance. I think perfect na maging ASEAN chair siya next year and will be the center of the global attention again next year. So very, very good. But this is a perfect segue for our next episode because we're gonna talk about General Torre, who I think needs no advice on optics.
Yes.
I think he's a master of that. But congratulations, General Torre, for retiring as a 4-star general. Magandang pension yan for life. And then, of course, we're gonna talk about also some of the new stars or young guns or young goons. Na medyo, di ko lang, you know, who are positioning themselves. Sabi ko nga, di ba, nature abhors a vacuum. People are sensing there's an opportunity to shine and all of that. So pag-usapan natin, Leviste, Barzaga, si Ma'am G, Ma'am G, and the rest of that. So we have perfect guests with us. And pag-usapan natin, what are the best models of actually rebranding? Be Nice could be one of them. You said Abby, I said Nancy. Joy Belmonte, I think a very successful case of rebranding. So pag-usapan natin ang optics and all. So free advice natin yan dun sa mga kaibigan natin na kailangan mag-off ng game. Salamat for that fantastic discussion episode.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys.